Today's forecast is
FTWBROADCASTING.
I am seeing double. It's a trap.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to FTW number 2. Thanks for joining us, FTW Broadcasting. My name's AWOL, and joining me as always is my boy Danny through this Starcraft 2 network. We're in our spaceship right now, and it's quite comfortable. These seats are pretty nice up here, Danny. I like what you've done with the place.
Oh yeah, it's definitely good. I don't know if you know this, but my seat is better than yours.
I do know that. Yours does go up and down automatically. I have to manually adjust mine. But regardless, enough with the BS right now. We got to get right to it because we're going to be discussing some topics. Danny, I'll let you go ahead and explain the format of the show.
All right, if you saw our last one, you noticed we gave 90 seconds total to explain the question and describe our own answer. We've decided that was not enough time, and we're adjusting things constantly on the fly. In this case, we're going to present the topic. AWOL is going to have 90 seconds to answer, and then I will have 90 seconds to answer, or vice versa. You know, switch it up. So that's it. We're going to get a little more time, see if this works a little better. I think it's going to. With that in mind, we're going to jump in right to the first topic. And AWOL, topic number 1, very important, very close to our hearts. What is the most entertaining type of cheese?
Ooh,
90 seconds.
Wow. 90 seconds, go. All right, here we go. Most entertaining type of cheese. Well, you know that I am a cheese... Well, we both are cheese experts. I especially am a cheese expert. I have cheesed in every Blizzard game that I've been able to. And, okay, up until this point, StarCraft 2 cheese. The most entertaining... I like the ones that serve virtually no purpose whatsoever and are just there just to be completely ridiculous. For example, just putting a hatchery in the middle of the enemy's base in plain view, as one of my friends does often in his games, that is completely ridiculous. Nuking your own ally... Okay, I guess that's not cheese, that's just complete stupidity. Legitimate cheese, Planetary Fortress Rush. Super, super, super entertaining because you see it coming, you see this giant building landing next to your own, and if it actually defeats you, that is completely embarrassing. I mean, a good classic cheese, it's got a little bit of tanginess to it, a little bit of creaminess. I don't know what I'm talking about there, though. The Cannon Rush. Cannon Rush is actually a fairly easy cheese to execute, and it is very, very embarrassing, and it brings out the hatred and anger in your opponent, and the fact that it works on maybe a coin flip 50-50 basis, I like that cheese. It's not quite as good as Flying Machines from Warcraft 3. I know that was our favorite cheese to execute when people would legitimately try to play the game, and then you'd fly 80 flying machines into their town and just destroy their buildings. I mean, how can you win a base race against that? But other cheeses that I enjoy,
Well,
that's pretty much it.
Till next time because you're out of time. And, well, I mean, you pretty much covered a lot of cheese. I'm setting my own clock here. That's what I was looking at. And I will definitely say the Cannon Rush and its father, the Tower Rush. The Orc Tower Rush from Warcraft 3. That, we didn't specify StarCraft 2, so I'm just going to say that the classic Orc 3, Orc 3, the classic Warcraft 3 Tower Rush was just beautiful. You get the hero... You get one hero out, and then you just go out there with your peons, and then you build towers. And I used to build a barracks and some catapults and literally siege the enemy's town. If you remember, we had many long nights when we were supposed to be studying for whatever classes it was we took in college, where we ended up basically just working out with that tower rushing people while you. I don't know what you did. I didn't pay attention, but I was tower rushing people, and I don't think I've ever been happier than when I'm tower rushing someone.
Well, I think that eventually became one of your account names was Tower Rush. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I built the Dwarven Gunman and the Archmage to back you up for the super ranged action. It was actually super, super cheap. Throw elementals in there to tank it up. It worked pretty damn well.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with the way it turned out, and it certainly made me feel like a professional. Wait,
a professional cheeser at the very least. No, it's not. It's not. I think that laid the foundation.
Hey, look, we're out of time. Too bad. Why don't you go introduce the next topic, and hopefully it won't make us sound as noob as that last one did.
Oh, everybody knows we are. I mean, come on, we do all these TROLLCAST. Anyway, I can't talk too much. I got to work within the time constraints. Question number 2 here on this FTW. What is your favorite custom map? I'm going to kick that over to you, Danny, and let you start. And I guess we didn't specify the game on this topic, so we could talk about any custom map.
No, we didn't either. We didn't specify, but I'm going to stick with StarCraft 2 because obviously when you go back to Warcraft 3, the answer is Dota for most everybody, and it's hard to argue. That wouldn't be my answer, but it's hard to argue against it. So that aside, StarCraft 2 version of Dota has not lifted off enough to be even in my choice. So I want to say I love Tower D, and I love Malls. I love Winter Mall from Warcraft 2 a lot in all its various variations, and I wish someone would have properly translated that to StarCraft 2 yet. I haven't seen it, and since I haven't seen it, I'm going to have to go with the custom game I play the most, Colonial Line Wars. And that's basically it's basically kind of an income wars with three lanes, a 3-on-3 kind of map. It's always on the way bottom of the list. Hard to find it. People playing Nexus Wars more often than not. Nexus Wars is another great game. This is just the next evolution of Nexus Wars, a little bit more strategic, a little bit more going on. So people start playing Colonial Line Wars. It will change your life and feed the hungry.
Wow.
And I'm going to save like 20 seconds by saying I'm done.
Wow, you're going to put that in the bank.
Time is money.
Time is money. Wow. Well, I'm going to have to start my time right now because I'm going to have to disagree on Colonial Line Wars. You and I played a decent amount together, and you're like, man, come on, you got to play this. It's the best ever. I like Line Tower Wars remade. That is my preference, and reason being because there are terrible exploits in the game where you can build ridiculous units and defeat your enemies 100% of the time if you've played like 30 or 40 times like I have, and you know that you can pump out. I'm not even going to say the unit, because I own hard in that game, and that's sort of like my comfort food after I get owned in like a legitimate 1v1 or 3v3 or something like that. I'll go play Line Tower Wars, then I'll spam this certain type of unit on you and take all your buildings down. But okay, I'm going to agree with you. Dota is the best. Nobody can argue. That is the best custom map of all time. Tower Ds, you and I skipped a lot of college classes to play Tower Ds. I'd like to give a shout out to a Tower D that we don't talk about too much, X-Men, the Tower D for Warcraft 3. You and I played that a whole bunch. We played that for like a week straight.
I know we did, and that was actually a Winter Mall variant. I don't know if you realize that. Most mall, they're all called malls. Most of them all come from Winter Mall. They had Final Fantasy Mall, X-Men Mall, and it was all a matter of which ones were balanced and fun, because a lot of them had one race that was just OP, and it had a splash tower off the bat, and you put it down, and then you walked away, and no one else got to kill anything because you killed everything. Those were fun, but for just the one time. But you're right, that I believe that X-Men one was super balanced and awesome. What version, I couldn't even tell you. Oh, we are way over our 90 seconds, though. But the important thing to take away from this topic, Colonial Line Wars greater than Line Tower Wars remade. You see AWOL playing Line Tower Wars, get on there, ruin his day.
It's not going to happen, guys. What? You're going to cut me off there? It's not going to happen.
I was just going to say that the point goes to me.
The point goes to you. Who's the ref here, man?
I don't know. He's right over there off screen. Say,
he's off.
Ref? He's pointing to me. Pointing to me. Right here.
The winner. That's your cat. That's not a ref. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would actually like you all to vote in the comments below who wins each point. Who do you agree with more? And I think we should move into the next topic, though, don't you think?
I guess I don't know about that whole democracy thing. I actually would prefer they just say their favorite custom map. Either way, let's forget about it. Let's forget about how I won the last question and move on to the next question, which is this is a big one. I hope you're ready. What do you want out of the StarCraft 2 expansion? What do you want out of Heart of the Swarm?
Wow. That is a complicated question. I don't think I can share all of my feelings in 90 seconds on this one. Obviously, more campaign content, more unbelievable campaign content is going to come in. I'm going to love that. Okay, there's always the question, adding an additional race, is that something that may occur in an expansion? Honestly, I think that the StarCraft 2 community would shut that down immediately. They don't want another race. Matter of fact, StarCraft 2 community is very set in its ways, and they probably would not want too many changes in this expansion. Yeah, a couple new units, that would be fabulous. There's one unit in particular that I miss dearly, and that's Lurkers. I miss them actually in-game in the legitimate game, and also I miss Lurker D. I miss that quite a bit. I played a lot of Lurker. Matter of fact, I think we bought StarCraft 2. I'm sorry, StarCraft 1 for like the 4th time from Best Buy in college, so that we could play Lurker D. And we did so for about 2 weeks. I miss Lurkers quite a bit. And also new maps. I think new maps is the most important, and Husky talks about this quite a bit. New maps are the most important element in keeping StarCraft 2 fresh and relevant. I feel that the GSL maps are far superior to the Blizzard maps that are out currently. I feel like the current Blizzard maps are getting kind of used up. Everybody knows exactly how things are going to go down, and it doesn't allow for that big macro style play, the insane, huge strategies that you used to see. These current maps, I feel like opponents are too wide open. They have to play too defensive. They can't just build 3 bases at the beginning of the game and do crazy stuff like you were able to see in StarCraft 1 Brood War that really made the game so popular. And I'm going to cut myself off right there.
Yeah, I will cut you off. I let you go about 20 seconds over there, Aaron, because you were making some good points, and I agree with most of them. I'm going to even start my own time as I continue to agree with you. I think more maps, absolutely, boom. Put it on the board. That's got to happen. That will happen. Let's see some really high-quality ones from the community. Absorb them into kind of tournament and league play. Lurkers, I don't really care for Lurkers, but Lurker D does exist in StarCraft 2. You should probably look for it. It's right there. And but more units, new units. Obviously, I would like to see a unit or two for each race. We saw it in Brood War. I could expect to see it. I really want to. I'm more interested in the campaign. I love the single player. And you talked about how great the campaign was. I know for a fact you haven't even beaten it, and I'm calling you out on it right here.
You are
called out.
You know that I never finished the campaign ever. I never finish it. I don't know why. No. I always love it, but I never finish it.
Yeah, he never finishes it. That's fine. Not a big deal. I finished it. And so, spoiler alert, if you haven't finished it, I'm interested to see what they do with the Zerg. Are they going to make the Zerg kind of a good guy-esque with Kerrigan now free, now controlling them based on the ending? It's hard to see. Are they going to kind of do a thing like they do with Sylvanas and the Forsaken as opposed to the Scourge like they do in Warcraft? I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be really interesting. I'm excited to see it. It kind of leads a new dynamic if you do have an offshoot of Zerg that are intelligent and controlled by a goodly creature, so that'll be really interesting. And yeah, I think I'm just going to go with that. What's up? Where's my Heart of the Swarm? Where's my campaign? Where's my Kerrigan? And that came in.
All right, fair enough.
So, screw you.
Yeah, so I think I won that point. Ref, thank you very much. Looks like I'm winning 2-1 right now, so you're going to have to pull down this final point, and I'll go ahead and introduce the topic, and I'll let you answer first to just give you a chance to tie this thing up. Otherwise, I'm going to sweep it 3-1. I guess that's not technically a sweep. This is our free-for-all question right now, as you like to call it, Danny, and I'd like to get in here. Diablo 3 is the topic, and this is obviously the next big Blizzard release. Are you excited? What class you want to play? Multiplayer? I mean, do we want to cast it? I mean, free for all on this question. Diablo 3, what are your thoughts?
I have several thoughts on Diablo 3. First, just because I like to argue with you, I could say that it might not necessarily be Blizzard's next big release. They say if there's no game out this week, there will be 2 games out in 2012. That obviously means Diablo 3 and Heart of the Swarm. Who knows which one's first? I would bet that Diablo 3 is first, but you never know. I mean, I remember when Diablo 3 was first announced, who knows? It was forever ago. So you could even see some of the really old screenshots before it was scrapped and started over. So yeah, I'm super excited about Diablo 3. I can't wait to play it actually co-op. I think what we need to do, you say you want to cast it, and I'll set Arena Diablo 3 aside for a minute. I want to say a good FTW project, and let our viewers know if they want to see this, would be a FTW broadcast Let's Play Diablo 3.
I mean, I'm totally down. I've been wanting to do some Let's Play stuff. We play a ton of video games, and I think they were pretty hilarious while we play. I think that would be very, very interesting. Yeah, so we're all we're talking about the Let's Play. We'd like to do the Let's Play Diablo 3. Side note, down in the comments, you want to see us do a Let's Play? What do you want us to see us play? Let it know. And if the answer cannot be you want to see us go one-on-one in StarCraft 2, because we won't tell you which one, but that's embarrassing for one of us. Maybe both. So we're not doing that. That aside, Diablo 3 casting, I think that's possible. I'm interested to see. I saw the Arena. I've seen the previous Arena casts. They're interesting.
there's potential there. I'm actually going to hand it off to you and ask you what you think before I get into what I say about it.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. Most of the information that I've gotten from the game, I've read a few forums. I like force strategy gaming, and some of it I'm going to kind of borrow on part of his. He's actually already got a Diablo III channel. His opinions on multiplayer. Okay. Well, what Blizzard has already announced regarding multiplayer, they've already said it now. It is not a key part of their development for release of the game. They are going to make sure that multiplayer in Arena is going to be balanced. It's going to be playable, but absolutely perfectly balanced like Dota or Han or some other game like that. They've actually already said that is not going to happen, and that's because the classes are so different, and because of that, different combinations of different classes is going to make exploits a part of arena play for the entirety of it. This is what they've already said. Maybe they'll be able to go back and change that later. Does that mean arena play is not going to be super entertaining? I think it will be, and I'll be interested to see how the items that you get in-game, if all of those are going to be allowed in the arena, if you're able to put together cheap combos like the bow of the bear or whatever in the actual game that does like knockback stuff. If you're able to bring in those type of elements to arena play, that could actually make it very, very entertaining, and the variety could actually add to the castability of Diablo 3, and that's my thoughts on that.
Okay. And in a sense, I agree with you. That would add to make it entertaining, provided how the community and how players overall react with it. The only problem is when you have something that is balanced except for X, everyone does X. And that makes it really hard. So even if the game, I have a hard time believing they're going to get the game balanced to that point if that's not their full focus. I mean, look at WoW. WoW Arena is still not balanced. Well, you could argue forever about that. I'm not going to get too into it because I'm sure I'm going to get flamed and praised just for that statement. Leave the flaming away. Give me the praise, though. I like that. But if it's not the overall focus, it won't quite get there, I don't think, which is all right. My only worry about casting is the barrier to entry. I feel this is something that plagues Dota to a sense. If you don't play Dota and you don't know how to play Dota, it can be really uninteresting to watch. You don't really know what's going on. In Starcraft 2, you can kind of follow, even if you're not that good. It's like, okay, units going over here, they're building more.
Right.
It just seems like the overall barrier is, I mean, there's a lot you'll miss if your skill level isn't that high and you don't know, but the overall barrier to entry seems a little better, which is that's actually basically the problem with the MOBA genre in general. The League of Legends, your Dotas, your Hans, is that the barrier to entry can be really difficult. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. And I'm certainly up for trying a couple arena casts, playing in the arena. Definitely, we said that let's play. So I think we can come down to an agreement that we are very, very excited about Diablo 3, and FTW Broadcasting will be doing a lot of things with it when it does come.
Oh, absolutely we are. Absolutely we are. I mean, we're planning on having StarCraft 2 be the backbone regardless, but we're going to want to branch out. I mean, if an awesome game like that comes along, how are you going to not cast it? I mean, it's going to be fabulous. Any other things that you want to talk? Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you, as of right now, based on the classes that they have posted on the site, what class are you most interested in? And we should probably wrap this up soon, but what class are you most interested in playing at this point?
Witch Doctor. It's down.
Witch Doctor? Alright, I'm going to put down that I'm most interested in Monk, but you know when the release of the game comes along, I'm going to end up picking Barbarian.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know how I work. Always pick the off-tank and then go tank when it's released. Alright, so we're going to wrap it up here, kid?
Yeah, why don't you do that outro thing you do? By the way, I won that point.
Oh, you called it first. It's like shotgun. Damn it. Yep. I guess we're tied up 2-2. We're going to have to duke it out in FTW number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed us discussing all these topics. Last time we only got a little bit of feedback on what you want us to talk about. Please let us know below. We'll talk about anything. Just let us know the discussion topics. If there's any videos you want us to expose, any custom maps, anything like that, let us know. FTWBroadcasting@gmail.com. Even better, in the comments below would be fantastic. So thank you for watching, everybody. Stay tuned to our channel for hot StarCraft 2 action. My name's AWOL, and joining me as always is Danny, and we're going to fly away in our spaceship. Peace out.